Folks, let's talk the YEDC Razor 2.0 magnetic. All right, I'm really glad I saw Sean over at the Fidget Fix did a really in-depth look at the mechanical version of this. Now, originally I reviewed the Razor 1.0. Which was mechanical and also had a tuning fork element and just kind of a really cool gold accent and like a little ball you could roll down at the bottom. This is the follow-up, and boy, am I disappointed. Let's give it a listen. That's about all you need to hear because that's about all it does. The original Razor had kind of a spring mechanism here so that when you got to the end, you could press down on this and it would spring back by itself. That was a really cool feature, really unique. Kind of gave this extra kind of fidgetability where you could push it to the end and really spring it, bam, and it would just fucking hell. It would just shoot back on its own. This one, you got to do by yourself. Not to mention, the design is pretty lackluster. Now, Sean spoke pretty highly of the mechanical one, which has me a little curious. It's kind of maybe a little apples to oranges comparing the magnetic Razor to the mechanical original Razor. This was from YEDC. They did have both. And I chose the magnetic because I thought that could be a different experience. Shame on me, I guess. Yeah, overall, I mean, looking at it, it looks unfinished almost. I get the whole two-sided thing here, so maybe there wasn't a lot of room for design because it's going to get worn out, etc. But I'll take a look here. So this one's in polished Zerk. They also had it in like a stone-washed Zerk. But the feedback is so lame. I mean, look at that. It falls several levels of magnets by itself. So the way it works, and I'll tell you something, I dislike this enough that I'm not going to fully disassemble it. I know that's probably a big bummer for you guys, but I did already disassemble it. So I'm going to explain to you exactly what's happening where and save myself the hassle. It's not really worth the take apart for the review. Getting rid of that spring mechanism, huge no-no. And, fine if you want to have to flip it yourself every goddamn time, be my guest. But the magnets are weak. Putting it on a double-sided magnetic structure, I just don't think this works. Or at least make room for maybe some heavier duty magnets underneath this plate. Because underneath this plate, you've got magnets running in a row right here. And then you've got balls and springs. And this is why I'm not going to take it apart. If you can see, you've got Teflon balls so that this runs smoothly. Smart idea. But when you undo this button, bam, it will shoot out. You've got 8 balls and springs coming your way right under this brass plate. And I thought, wow, what a nightmare. So I put it back together without them. It was even worse. I mean, obviously, what did I expect? But this just is such a downgrade. I can't believe it, really. And then you've got this lanyard portion here, which I've also taken these little magnetic caps off the end, right? And I suppose you stick something in there, and maybe this might move. At first I thought maybe that's like a ratchet feature. And hell, maybe it still is. I gotta be honest, I don't care enough to find out. So if this ratchets, so be it. It really doesn't save the piece for me. Now, if you like a really, really light magnetic feel, or maybe you never tried the original razor. If you never tried the original, there could be hope for you. You might think that this is really nice. So, pardon me for sounding so negative, but this just really was one of the bigger disappointments of the year for me, if I'm being honest. I kind of expected that to bring something new to the table. Folks, there you go. The YEDC Razor 2.0. Folks, welcome to Unfocused, part of the show where we rant, rave, recommend, or reflect. Today I'm going to recommend Indian food. Have you ever tried Indian food? If you haven't, or you feel like maybe uncomfortable stepping outside of your general palate, here's some dishes I'd recommend to get the ball rolling. Number one, I would say chicken tikka. Now there's chicken tikka and chicken tikka masala. Masala comes with this sauce. That one, I could do without. Just chicken tikka is just the chicken off the kebab. And then you put it in some saffron rice. Okay. Then there's chicken pakora, which is like a deep fried chicken that comes with a date sauce you can dip it in. There is aloo tikki chat, which is like a potato dish, I believe. Kashmiri naan, which is almost like a dessert naan. It's sweet. So good. So good. Just regular naan, you know? Garlic naan. Very tasty. If you've got an Indian place in your town, you've always been a little on the fence about trying it, maybe order a couple of those dishes, give them a try. There's other ones that I really like, but I'll keep the list short. That's kind of the starter's guide to getting Indian food. All right. Peace.